All righty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody had a lovely day. And with that being said, dive in some TA. All right, guys, we do have Meta earnings in the after hours right now, as well as Microsoft. And we had, a bunch of smaller guys reporting as well. Guess what? All right. The market did end up pulling an Uno reverse card on us today. And I'm going to say, preface this video, things don't look the best going into tomorrow. Again, we have these big tech earnings, and, I'm still going to keep I'm going to keep reminding you guys, it's risk off right now. There's absolutely no reason for you to be risk on. You don't risk a lot. All right. You stay patient. Okay. And no financial advice will be given on this channel. But hey, patience will pay at all times in your market career. And now is definitely one of those times. All right. Things are uncertain. We don't know what these events are really going to be doing, and the market is waiting to have its next move. It's either going to break down from this channel and probably come back down here, or it's going to be coming to the top. It's one or the other. All right. I'm going to point out the weekly chart. It still looks bullish over here. So if we are to pull back down into here, you're going to have the golden pocket from, this move right here. You're going to have that going right there. All right. So, that doesn't necessarily look the worst, but, I'm still just definitely going to say you're pretty uncertain right now. It does look bullish. Okay. It does look like, it's very likely going to come up here to this all-time high, with or without that pullback. But at the end of the day, it is the big tech earnings week this week. And we knew for a fact we were uncertain this week. You had two indecision candlesticks on the weekly time frame in a row. And guys, would it drive everyone nuts to get a third one? Yes, it would. I don't think we're going to get a third one. You just don't typically get them. You start making your decision after that third candlestick. So we will see. All right. We will see what decision we get here by end of week. But as of right now, let's go over the TA, guys. So your support is going to be 496.38, 493.85, and then we're going to take this and we're going to go like that, and then you have the 0.618 fib down here at 491.30. All right, if you do not see buyers defend 488.50, we're coming down to 485.05 again with all likelihood. All right, and like I just pointed out, you are going to have this down there. All right, so break right down here, expect you to come down here. We probably at least get a dead cat bounce out of that spot, and it could go something like that. All right, maybe it's like that, or maybe, they just bring it down. We're going to have the weekly 9 right over here, and maybe, then we get a little constructive, and you start doing something like that. We have absolutely no idea how it's going to go, so we will wait for things to happen. Right now, you're doing a whole lot of nothing, all right? Break under 493.85, you're probably going to start breaking down, get a daily close under there. You're going to get a daily close on the daily 9 here. And then we're probably coming down here. That's all I have to say on the downside. Now, as resistance on the upside, we are going to have 498.83, 501.01, and 503.52. Now, you come down to the 15-minute time frame, and I will give you a little hint into tomorrow. If you see this thing break, you could be starting, a decent little bounce there. But again, we are uncertain right now. We're going to, into Friday's open, we are going to have these big tech earnings, okay? Tomorrow after the bell, we're going to have Amazon. We're going to have Apple. Crazy things are going to happen again, okay? We don't know, all right? No point in trying to guess there. There's really not. Over here, you are in the golden pocket. If you see 495.45 give out, 493.85 is what you're paying attention to over here, all right? I'm just saying, all right? It's best to take a chill pill and just relax, okay? Just relax. So that's QQQ. What do we got over here on SPY? I'm just going to point out, we still have this larger inverse head and shoulder structure over here on the 1 hour time frame. All right. We can really come all the way down into this golden pocket, and that would still hold. All right. We would still have that being the case, and that would be coming down to this 578.54 support, sweeping that support, sweeping this previous low right here, and then, bouncing back from there. That is how that is going to go. If, bulls are going to defend. If they don't defend, 576.57 down here, that's right at the 0.786 fibs, the low of this candlestick right here. If you do not defend 576.57, we have a move down to 574.71, likely incoming. All right. So support, 578.54, and we're looking for a sweep of that level, and you're going to test this 0.618 fib. and then probably finding buyers, at least for a dead cat bounce inside of this golden pocket. I don't know how this exactly goes, but we're probably going to get buyers at least, you know, for a move like that or a move like that where you retest 578.54 there, come like that, and then you find rejection and then you go lower. All right, so that's what we're watching on the downside over there in SPY. Now, as resistance for the upside, we have 580.60, 581.71, and 582.71. Now, what we are going to do is we're going to take this guy right there, okay? Notice where you sold off from right there? The high of day, 583.32. You did not. You sold right from the 0.786 fib, and you did not get your breakout from that inverse head and shoulders pattern. Now, in the previous update, I was saying, hey, if you take out 583.20, probably going to be, you know, taking that out and then starting a push towards all-time highs. What happened? You did not get a 15-minute close above it, and you died right from there. You absolutely sold right from that was your line in the sand that you needed to break, and you couldn't do it. And as you could see, you stayed under this 15-minute 9 EMA all day. Little cheat code for you guys. Don't trade long when you're right underneath the 15-minute 9 EMA. These are going to provide short entries. Price likes to either dance around here or it tests it and then rejects and then continues along whatever trend it's going. Well, you know, the move that I called out on Twitter, guys, if you're not already following over on the Twitter, go hit that link down below so you can, you know, get updates on the fly. Right before market open, I was saying we had to set up for a dip and a rip. Why? NQ was, you know, right over here. And I was seeing, you know, you were looking like you're about to start breaking down. I forgot where it was exactly. I think it was right over here around there. And then, yeah, down here. So this was our, you know, bounce spot, 2554. And then I think it was also watching 2600, which was somewhere over here. Oh, yeah, right here. This is where I got the level from. Right there. All right, so what happened, guys? You did not end up holding that, and you came down here, and we did end up getting that dip and rip. Okay, so we got a perfect dip and rip, and right from our spot over there, what did we do, guys? From here down to here, we came up and tested the 0.618 fib. The golden pocket will help you out if you know how to use it correctly. I will teach you how to use it correctly throughout these videos, and yeah, I hope I do a decent job at that. And you know, if you want more in-depth detail, there is over in the Discord. You can have my time. All right, well, I mean, you already have my time here, but you can have personal attention. There you go. All right, but coming back over here to SPY, guys, you know, you stayed on that thing all day. As resistance, we have 580.60, 581.71, 582.71, and then above there, you know, we do have 583.16. I'm just going to take off that now, and we're going to get a new level going right there, okay? 583.32. So we have 580.60, 581.71, 582.71, 583.32. Get above there, we probably start pushing towards 584.50, and then probably 586.12. But again, this week specifically, guys, until these big tech earnings are out the way, it's uncertain. All right, we don't know what's going to happen this week. We don't, and we held that bias coming into it. We held it actually last week as well. But, you know, I just don't think it's a time to be risk on. You will have plenty of opportunity throughout the year. Now is not the time. This 1 week is not the time. Just putting it out there. All right, so that's SPY for you. And, you know, I'll just point out, you got back up underneath the daily 9. We don't like to see it. You're just literally consolidating here. You're getting ready for the next move. And honestly, it still, to me, looks like you're flagging out here. You know, for all I know, we could have just gotten this day right here, and then we're going to start moving back up. But we honestly don't know. So, hey, uncertain. IWM, holy sweet baby Jesus troll. I didn't see this thing until it started coming under 223. I was like, oh my God, you really sold there. I was expecting sellers to give you a pullback over here to 223. I didn't think they were just going to fade you and then lose that support and then come down to the next one. Just didn't think that was going to be the case. It was the case, though. All right. And now I'm going to say you have this uptrend here. You have this little rising wedge going on here. Things are looking not the best right over here on IWM. You're looking not too bad. You did end up getting a pump right there. But from here down to here, you found sellers, right? You actually... golden pocket inception. All right. From here to here, that impulsive move, you retraced it, came down to the 0.786 fib, golden pocket held. And what happened? Then from here down to here, that impulsive move, you retraced that move and came back to the next golden pocket. All right. And now where are we? you could very easily come down here and test that golden pocket at 219.98. All right, so that's what we're going to be paying attention to. I'm going to take this off over here. All right, if you cannot defend this, 218, we'll say get under 218.80, you're probably going to start, having a bigger sell here. You have that, rising wedge pattern here, and it's not looking the best after today. It was looking great. All right, it was. Not right now. All right, it is not right now. Here in the weekly time frame, I am just going to say you're just in consolidation mode. I still do think you're, going to be running up to 230. But hey, is it going to take its dear sweet time? It does look like it's definitely taking its dear sweet time. A whole lot of bad things in these daily charts, guys. Come over here to DIA. What do you got going on, guys? Rejection from that daily 9 again. You have a 1. You have a 2. You have a 3. This thing's probably going lower. This thing's going lower, and IWM doesn't look too good. Hey, we'll see what happens with SPY and QQ, but we have 2 of the 4 indices doing this, and the other ones are uncertain. That's not the best look. All right, so definitely something to point out over here. Now, Mr. VIX does look like it could pop, but it also looked like it could pop over here after fading these 2 upper wicks there, and then you did the same thing from yesterday's upper wick. Guess what? All right, I'm still gonna say uncertain as heck. Okay, but this weekly chart definitely does look like it could give a little pop there. And yeah, you came almost down to the bottom of last week's, the body of the candlestick, but you're right back up at the high. So we will see what happens over here. Volatility could be picking up over here into the election. All right, now let's talk about some big boys. Tesla guide support is going to be 250.96 and 242.65 gap support down there. All right, I don't think you're going to come down and fill that whole gap. You really don't want to see that. You are going to have the golden pocket here. So if you don't hold 242.65, you watch 235.50. That's where the 0.618 fib is. Now, if you come down here and test it, maybe you sweep that 250.96 support, and you test the daily 9 and then get a bounce. We do know this sell right here is likely to be a buying opportunity because of the candlestick we got last week. And, considering the thing doesn't look like it wants to sell, all right? You got the false breakout over here, and you had the chance to sell. And then if you put on the golden pocket, we know that's our line in the sand, the golden pocket, all right? If the opposing side is going to step in and we're not going to see 100% retracement, they're going to defend the golden pocket. What happened? We defended the golden pocket, then broke out again. I don't think the thing wants to sell right now. I think it wants to rally. And I'm just saying, if, one of the 2 candidates gets elected, Mr. Orange Man over there, yeah, I'm going to say Tesla's probably going to go on a massive bull run. Let's be completely real. He is going to be, part of the government now. He's going to be overseeing a lot of stuff. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of hype around that. And I know that has nothing to do with the actual Tesla company, but it is the person who runs it. And it's the reason this chart has functioned the way it has. All right, so that's Tesla for you. Coming over here to Apple, you got earnings tomorrow, guys. You're still pretty uncertain, but you did start breaking down from that rising wedge pattern. That's not the best look. Support is 227.76. If you break under there, you're probably going to come down to 221.33 in a hurry. You would have a lower high here followed by a lower low. That wouldn't be the best look. All right, so that's Apple. Goog. Guys, you sold today. I was looking for you just to maybe come revisit this and then pop back up. I don't know after seeing today's daily close. I don't know if that's going to be the case, or I was kind of hoping it would be something like that. But, I'm just saying this thing looks like it's probably going to revisit this 170.41 neckline. I do have to assume. I always get these stupid hiccups, man. You have to assume we're probably going to build a base over here, or you're going to get a hammer candlestick of some sort, doji candlestick, something showing buyers are stepping in right here, and then you pop back up. So, those are my 2 scenarios over here on Goog after today's close is something like that. All right. I don't know exactly how it's going to go, but, if you come down here, I do think that is going to be a major buying opportunity. I don't think Goog is going to start just massively selling here. I think it is, much more likely to start running up to all-time highs. Guys, speaking of golden pocket, what happened? Intraday, seller stepped in exactly at that 0.786 fib. That is your line in the sand. All right, it was 183.79. Look at that. All right, so that's Goog for you. Microsoft, we do have earnings going on right now, and it's a whole lot of absolutely nothing. All right, you do have, this weekly chart not looking too bad over here. Depending where you close out the week, this won't look too bad. You do have your fresh breakout over here. I think a pullback would be a buying opportunity. They didn't have terrible earnings, guys. All right. So, Meta and Microsoft, they didn't crap the bed. That's not the worst thing over there. All right. We do have bullish setups over here, at least on Microsoft. Support is going to be 431.08 and 426.10. I don't think you're coming back down here though. And then resistance 435.30 and then 440.23. Above there, we're going to just, we have this next level right there. All right, which, I mean, honestly, you could see right here where you have reactions. We're going to go off of this level, 446.75. Meta, how we looking over here on Mr. Meta Boy? All right, getting a little gap down. All right, move it down in the after hours off of your earnings. What the heck is this? All right, you had a 1 minute candlestick over here, guys. Oh my God. Yeah. And then you got bought right back up. That is a $40 move down, $40 up within 2 minutes. Probably, within a minute there. Insane. Okay, insane. But, how is the chart looking, guys? How is the chart? I'm still going to remind everyone how the weekly chart is looking. And, it can happen. All right, can happen like over there where you push these highs and just don't push through new high. You didn't take out the high though over there. All right, over here you took out the liquidity over there. Right here you also swept that high over there to catch that. Over here you didn't get that. I'm just gonna say this weekly chart still suggests upside to me. Maybe you consolidate a little before that. Maybe you have a little bit of that action. But hey, you see a pullback over here. You can't hold this weekly 9. You see this 562.35 level break. Probably going to come back down here, 542.81, and that creates your major buying opportunity over here on Meta. Big break and retest setup. But I really like it. All right. Your support over here is going to be 574.03, 568.73, 562.35, and 554.19. Resistance 583.04 and 602.95. Amazon earnings tomorrow, guys. Amazon is not looking bad at all. All right. But, I will point out, just like Goog, you had the big gap up today. And you did not hold it. All right. I mean, you still, were green on the day of 1%. Not a green candlestick over here. Sold right from resistance. Okay. Right from resistance there. If you pull back here, break and retest setup off of 191.52. That was this previous high. And, I can honestly see, hey, you get that move down to 190 tomorrow. I think that would be, the better spot to see buyers step in at. You have so many freaking reactions here. It's ridiculous. Let's just count them out. You have a 1, you have a 2, you have a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, and a 7 that started your impulsive move. So it's definitely going to be a level that's respected if tested. Well, not definitely respected if tested. It's very, very, very likely going to be respected if tested, at least for a dead cat bounce. You had a ton of supply. You're now flipping that into demand. Let's see what happens if tested. Chips, how we looking, guys? SMCI died. I was telling you guys 2 days ago, I was considering taking this thing off of the tickers we cover because it has been, an absolute troll recently. Well, little did I know, the thing, yeah, it was going to die today. We're definitely not covering this guy anymore. They are a fraud. All right. I'm going to say they're fraud. It's kind of guaranteed at this point. They're kind of just hiding everything. And, oh, now their auditor leaves. Yeah. Right before earnings. Because they're about to get exposed, maybe? I have absolutely no idea how this is going to go. We're not talking about no SMCI anymore. This thing's a piece of garbage, okay? Piece of garbage stock. The worst piece of garbage on the market right now is SMCI. All right? But over here in SMH, that, caused a little downward reaction there, negative reaction on the chip sector. All right? You're back underneath that supply zone. So, uncertain week, guys. Don't expect much. Really don't. I'm serious. You're not going to have a good time if you're expecting too much. I'm just, I took my 25 points today off of, I think it was 2 trades. Maybe we took 3. Yeah, I was like, I'm going to walk away. The thing can't get over, like, you can literally look at this all day. You just rejected the 15-minute 9 EMA all day. All day. And I'll just put this on. Were you also rejecting right here the 15-minute 21 EMA? Okay, you got back above the 9. You got to clear all of them. These are the short-term, moving averages. What I use for the momentum. What happened? You literally couldn't clear it. And then you're getting ready for a move. You're like, oh, it's about to either snap up or it's starting to break down. It's right here. It's going to happen. It's VWAP. You're going to see if you get acceptance over VWAP. What happened? Follow my arrow. Follow along. All right. You got above. You rejected at the 21. Came back to test the VWAP because you got over it. You couldn't hold it right here on the test. Okay. So now you got a second test with a lower high. Lower high, guys. And then what happens? All right. The arrow is going to mess up. That's what's going to happen. All right. You come back over here. We're seeing if you're going to accept over VWAP or not. What happens? You fade and you reject it. Here was your, secondary short entry over there if you didn't catch anything else. All right. Very clear as day over here. And then you started to break it down and you never got above that 15-minute 9 EMA again. Don't trade into this thing. Don't take it long right under. Don't take it long right under VWAP. You're going to have a good time if you follow these principles. That is that. All right. So, yeah. All right. Uncertain times, I think it's best to do less. I think it's much better to do less. Okay. Nvidia, how are we looking on the biggest boy of them all? All right. We're coming down to that daily 21 EMA. And I did point out, if you lose the daily 9 over here and you come under this low, yesterday's low, 139.34, we're probably going to be starting to move down to at least over here at 136.15. And then if that level can't hold, 131.26. We'll see what happens over here. Weekly chart definitely suggests we could be, coming down here. I would like it. It would be the same look on QQQ. All right. And, you should also like it. It's going to literally recreate our buying opportunities here. There's a reason we're risk off right now. And if we get what we want, we'll be risk on. There's a reason. Okay. And guess what? It's going to be after the election. Okay. So that's good. That's really freaking good. You're uncertain right before the election when the charts are also suggesting uncertainty. And then after the election passes, maybe you get a really clean setup across the board. Well, that's your time to shine. That's your time to pounce. That's your time to go like,
that was easy.
Yeah, baby. It was easy. Okay. That is that. Moving on over here to TSM. You were still finding buyers here on our 193.47 big major break and retest. You have the daily 21 EMA sitting right in there. Supported price here, supported price there, right over there. You lose the 9, you come here. And then if you lose that, you look for a larger sell. All right. I don't think we are going to lose it just because of how things are looking over here. And, if you sell down a little bit, hey, you're going to have this weekly 9. I think you probably put in like a hammer candlestick next week or something like that. I'd like to see you get a daily close back above the, daily 9 over here. I don't like price underneath it. That is when you are uncertain or you're looking for a sell. That is that. And right now, I'm just going to say it is at the perfect spot. We are definitely seeing buyers step up 2 days in a row here. But we got to see that move back over here. We want to see that daily close. That will confirm that we're probably going to be testing these upward levels up at 201.97, 205.95, and then 212.60 if things get real crazy in a vertical manner. Support, you just literally watch a 193.47. You want to see this zone get defended. All right, because if not, coming all the way down here, 184.25. How are we looking over here on Broadcom? On the AV to the go. All right. You found buyers of the weekly 9. Not looking too bad. We're just going to say resistance 180.25. Found sellers there yesterday. Support. You have the daily 9 under there. Your support is literally just going to be 172.42. That's it. Under there, 169.50. If you take out that low, though, you're probably coming down here this next low at 165.80. AMD, piece of garbage. You came down. You had a bull shut up. All right. It's looking real mighty fine. Mighty fine. What happens? Big move down, 10% move down, $18 move down to the golden pocket on the day. Where did you freaking come down to and bounce? Right, exactly. Low of day, 148.10. 148.10. You see how you're literally just bouncing off of that? That is the power of the golden pocket. That is the power. All right. We said in yesterday's video that this is probably going to be acting as a magnet. I'm pretty sure I said something was going to be acting as a magnet. I'm pretty sure I was talking about AMD over here. At least that was what I was thinking. Pretty sure that's what we were talking about yesterday. Regardless, guys, this thing is, probably going to be finding buyers around here. I'm not just going to go buying this dip. I don't think you have a reason to, but we could see a dead cat bounce over here on 148.01. Underneath here, guys, your next support is really all the way down there, 143.08. And then you have your 0.786 fib, which we could just literally take off that and go like that. What do you have? That. ARM, how are we looking over here, guys? You're still just, right under here. Don't expect much. I'm not going to really talk about this. This levels have not changed. If you're putting my levels on your charts from yesterday's video, they're not any different today. Okay. If you get over 158.80, look for a move up here to 164.16, then you probably followed, one of these two paths. That's that. Support, You just literally watch this daily 9 over here. If you come down to 149.40 support, you're probably going to be under that daily 9. You get a daily close under there. Things are going to be looking heavy, and we could come back down to this little uptrend we got going on over there. MU, all right, you're losing support right now. Is that level really being respected, though? No. No, it is not. There's not really much to go off of. Break under 103.54. We're coming down to 98.94 with all likelihood. All right, and then, you know, you're going to have this little action going on there. You have 106.32 as resistance above there. All right, 108.75 and then 111. Bitcoin, guys, I think you're about to push all-time highs. All right, I don't really know what to say. Coin died and then came back. So that is that. All right, I don't really know what these things are going to do in the short term. I have absolutely no idea. All I do know is, you know, ahead of time, I was thinking of Bitcoin head up to all-time high. Coin's going to start making a run for these highs. It has not happened yet. So I think it's probably going to happen, but, you know, you got to be patient here, guys. I don't know what's going to happen with these miners. They're not reacting how I thought, personally. MSTR, they're going to be raising $42 billion over the next year, I think I saw, something like that. That means they're going to be doing offerings. Is probably why you got that reaction. All right. So something to take note of, but you're coming back into that 227.15 support right there. Break and retest level. That's where you're watching. Mara. All right. Not too hot. Not too hot over here on Mara. So I'm going to say, I'm not going to, you know, spend too much time on this. I've definitely shared so many thoughts in detail coming into this week and throughout the past few days on these tickers. And, you know, they're not doing what I thought we were going to be doing. I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to lie about it. 100%. I thought you were going to break 12.99. I thought you were going to have a straight shot to 15. Bitcoin running all-time highs. Bitcoin looks like this in CLSK, you know, literally breaks my level and doesn't fall Bitcoin. Are you kidding me? I got nothing to say other than that. All right. That the thing trolled me. I'm not going to, yeah, I got nothing else to say to that. I will admit when I was wrong. I thought that was going to happen. It did not happen. All right. It did definitely not happen. And I really can't point to something why. I really don't know why. I think probably they are going to play, you know, catch up to Bitcoin at some point. I can't tell you when that's going to be. I think it's probably going to be before, you know, probably over the next 1 to 2 weeks, but I really have no idea. All right. So Bitcoin looks great. I think we're about to push a new all-time high. If you pull back into 70K, that's your break and retest level right there. That's where the daily 9 will be. We probably get buyers defending over here. All right, guys, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And with that being said, I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.